Welcome back to Kings Park in Durban. Not long now till kick-off between England and Italy. Now, it's a funny sort of evening here tonight. You know, it's warm, there's a bit of a breeze. There's certainly an air of expectation around, particularly among the visiting England fans who have come here in their numbers to try and inspire England to a bit of a better performance than we saw. There's Jack Rowell. A lot is resting on him. He's a notoriously nervous man before these sorts of games. His predecessor, though, has joined me in the stand, Jeff Cook. I mean, really, England have to perform now, don't they?
Yeah, they need a big performance tonight because they'll be desperately disappointed with Saturday. They'll have lost a little bit of confidence in their own ability, and if they have another shaky game tonight, that wouldn't help at all. So I'm looking for a really positive performance, and the changes, I hope, will bring that.
Gareth Chilcott, you've spoken to many of the England players during the last week. What do they think?
I think they realise they were disappointed last week against Argentina, and they really do want to put Italy to the sword. I think they see Italy as an out of form, a weaker side in the tournament, and they really do want to score some points to get back on that winning way.
We shall see if they do. Of course, they'll be without their injured captain, Will Carling, today. So we found another use for him. He's our pitch expert, and earlier this evening he went down on the pitch and he talked about it with Jim Rosenthal.
Well, Will, one or two of the players have been saying to me they think the grass might be a little bit long, certainly longer than Twickenham.
Yeah, when you do that, I feel like a cricket captain. It is quite long, actually, but it's still nice and firm underneath, and, you know, with the climate, with it being dry, you still see a lot of fast rugby, I think, today.
A bit gusty down here as well.
A bit blowy, not good for the hair or anything like that, but yeah, I've just been wandering around with Mike Catt, and he's a bit concerned, but I think we'll deal with it.
And the mood from that dressing room inside?
Very determined, I think, and trying to relax and make sure that they remember how good they are, and I think they will today.
Well, the England players then very determined. The light dusting of rain won't have helped, though. It'll make the ball a bit greasy as it was at the weekend, but really they should have no excuses now, Gareth, should they?
No, they should. They've brought in Neil back, who's very good at continuity. He's very quick, good ball handler. So if you've got him in the side, you should spread it a bit wider and get the Gusnuts, the Underwoods and the Cats running.
But it's important, though, to establish the forward base, isn't it, always?
Absolutely, that's where we didn't have it on Saturday. We didn't scrimmage well, the front five didn't get solid. That meant the back row couldn't perform as we've come to expect them to perform. And Neil back needs a good front five in front of him so he can show his skills.
The Italian front five actually did well against Australia in the summer, didn't they?
There's some big boys there. They're staying in our hotel, and there's some big fellows. They'll be tough, I think.
They're certainly looking at all the England fans amongst the crowd there. 51,000 capacity here, and well, thank you very much for that banner. Gareth, what have they got to do first?
I think England need to, just as Jeff said, scrummage adequately. We need to get our Bayfield and Johnson winning some line-out ball. We need to suck in the enthusiasm of the Italians forwards and then release quick ball so our three-quarters can actually show what they can do with a ball in their hand for things.
There's the Italian team getting ready to go out. Massimo Cotita, the captain, just ready to lead his team out. England have brought back Kieran Bracken. Do you see anything in that, Jeff?
No, I don't. I think that's not too significant. I think it's just giving them a game. Both scrum halves are going to be needed. They'll look to get the ball away to Rob quicker, of course. But I thought Darren Morris played quite well on Saturday in a difficult sort of game. It's quick ball from the contact that we need tonight. And of course, when we've played Italy before, they've given a lot of penalties away in contact. So I hope we can get some ball to give our backs a chance to show what they can do.
Predictions?
Well, I'd like to say, again, 20 points, but I was wrong on Saturday.
So Massimo Cotita, the Italian prop, is just making his last handshakes. The England players there, the replacements coming out onto this magnificent stadium here. Diego Dominguez, the little man at the back there, the Italian kicker. There's Dean Richards. Now, what's the story about him, Gareth? Because there are rumours that he's too injured and he's going to have to go home.
Well, I'm really worried about Dean. I've watched the training the last couple of times and he's just about jogging. Now, for a man that say could have played last week, I find that impossible. Obviously, we need him. He's a big man for the England's effort for the World Cup. And obviously, I think they're looking for the quarterfinals now rather than Western Samoa.
What does he bring to England then?
Well, he's almost a talisman now, Alistair, because he holds the game together for us. He gives a sort of focus for the mauling. He's a very strong player on the ball. He's got a great uncanny sense of where the ball's going, and everybody responds to him.
And you can hear the roar as the two teams come out onto this Kings Park Stadium. As they do, we're going to hand you over to our commentators, Steve Smith and Bob Simmons.
Thank you very much indeed, Alistair. Yes, there's quite an atmosphere inside the stadium then as the two teams take the field. And quite a day for Massimo Cotita, the Italian captain, coming back to the city where he was brought up, here in Durban. We wait now then for the national anthems. There's the Italian skipper, Massimo Cotita, without his twin brother in the side today. Not only has he been dropped from the Italian team for this game, but we understand he's been dropped from the bench as well in the last hour or so for disciplinary reasons. Some unrest at the last moment then in the Italian camp. Rob Andrew, skippering England for the second time, the first against Romania back in 1989. And quite a hard act to follow, of course, following in the footsteps of Will Carling after his 49-match run. We have Stephen Hilditch from Ireland taking charge of this game today too, as Rob Andrew issues
Ladies and
his
gentlemen,
last-minute words to his side.
Two national anthems, starting off with the national anthem of England. The national anthem of Italy.
So, almost ready to get underway then. Let's have a look at the two teams. First of all, England. And they've made 4 changes plus 2 positional switches after the disappointing performance against Argentina. Phil de Glanville, who replaced injured skipper Will Carling in that game, starts this time, while Kieran Bracken comes in at scrum half for Dewi Morris. Leicester prop Graham Rowntree plays his first full game, and Jason Leonard moves onto the tight head in place of Victor Obogo in the front row. Neil Back has a great opportunity, as we've heard, to prove he can add something extra to England's back row, as Ben Clark switches to number 8, replacing Steve Ojomo in the continued absence of Dean Richards. The Italians have swung the axe too after their disappointing start in losing 42-18 to Western Samoa. 5 changes in personnel, with Troiani, Bordon and Gerosa brought in to add steadiness to the back division. And 6'8" Australian-born Locke Jacqueri is introduced to counter the threat of the even taller Johnson and Bayfield. A second native Australian, Julian Gardner, is an influential figure in their back row. And on the replacements bench, England have the uncapped Damon Hopley and John Mallet, joining Callard, Morris, Ojomo and Daw. And Rabazzolo, the Italian, brought in at the last moment in place of Marcello Cotita. So, Steve Smith, do you think the pressure will be on the England boys at the start of this game?
Yes, I think so, Bob. It's a bit embarrassing when the Scottish captain on his own has scored 5 tries more tries than the whole of the England team, and I think they'll be quite keen to put that stat right.
So the referee this afternoon, as I mentioned, Stephen Hilditch from Ireland, aided by fellow countryman David McHugh and Nicolae Ciciu from Romania. Great anticipation, I'm sure, by Neil Back, getting back into the England side, winning today just his 3rd cap. And the Italians have won the toss, so it's the new England skipper preparing to get this game underway. England desperately looking for a good start, and that's a tremendous kick-off by Andrew. but taken in by the Italian forwards, and in fact, England going through in the maul. So a first touch for Diego Dominguez. Tremendous kick by him. Such an influential figure in the Italian side. Argentinian born, of course. But that was a pretty good kick-off, but tapped back there by Andrea Scorlon for Italy, before I think it was Ben Clark came through on the wrong side. Here's the giant 6'8" Giaccheri, waiting then. As Orlandi puts into him. Stefano Bordon in centre field, under pressure immediately from England. Good ruck ball, 2. Prescott just taking his aim with the ball swirling around in the wind. But there's an offside decision anyway against the Italians. So the first chance of the game here, surely with the wind at his back for Roberto.
Yes, so we know what good form Rob's in, but I thought that was a very interesting first line out from the Italians, throwing straight away to the back where they're probably hoping to expose Neil Back's lack of height.
Rob Andrew with a tremendous record, particularly in recent years. England's record points holder, 341 points in his 66 appearances to date. And 24 points in each of his last 2 games, against Scotland in the Calcutta Cup and then, of course, against Argentina. Disappointment then from the England supporters in the crowd as that one drifted wide off the posts. And the sort of opportunity you expect Rob Andrew to take.
Yes, I would think amazement more than disappointment. They're just not used to seeing him miss anymore, are they?
So it'll be Luigi Traiani then, brought into the side at fullback for this game. Tony Underwood. Now then, to Lincoln. And looking for the quick possession. Rodber standing off. That's where it goes. I think he was quite expecting it, though. And forward, managing to stay on their feet. And Kieran Bracken urging them to move forward. Keep the rolling ball moving forward. Joined then by Ben Clark. They'll have to play it pretty soon, though, otherwise they'll lose the possession. That's exactly what has happened. And they were told a couple of times by the referee there to get the ball out quickly.
And England backs really wanted the ball to come back quicker, any Bob. It's no use when it's that slow.
Troncon waits then. Dominguez out to this talented runner, Bakari on the right wing. That's a very testing kick. Well taken indeed by Tony Underwood. Tremendous defence. And the performance of the back three, the 2 wingers and the fullback in defence is so critical these days, isn't it?
It was a great catch, all right, but he had a look at Mike Cat and wondered where he was for a second, didn't he?
He did indeed. Tony Underwood then, safely into touch. Winning his 18th cap this afternoon. And again then, it'll be the Italian throw at the line-out as we look again at that fine catch under pressure by the England right winger. Once again then, it's Carlo Orlandi's throw at the line-out for Italy. Pedroni at the front for him. Giaccheri in the middle. Dominguez. Chance to launch his back row then. Scorlon in the first instance. Options again on both sides. Cotita, but Propezzi couldn't take that ball cleanly. But a bit of movement certainly there from the Italian forwards. And plenty of variations in the 2 lineouts to date.
Yes, the Italians have done their homework. They realise England pose a massive threat to the line-out, and so far they've thrown 1 long, short and 1 line-out.
Back again then to Rob Andrew. And just about making the touchdown. This just the second match between these two countries. They met, of course, back in 1991 in the World Cup. England won that game 36-6, but I think I would remember that game more for the number of penalties conceded by the Italians, 29 in all during that game. So for the third time in 3 then, it's again an Italian throw at the line-out. Difficult ball, impossible ball, in fact, for Troncon to take as Brian Moore went through on him. Not straight. So they come in field then for the set scrum. Great day for Graham Rowntree, winning his second cap on the loose head of England's front row, having come on as a blood replacement during the Calcutta Cup match. And propping against quite a difficult customer in Properci on this side for Italy. Six minutes gone, still no score. Garner with the pickup. The Italians getting up over the advantage line, and a chance for some second phase possession. Cotita to Dominguez. Francescato getting away from the first tackle and setting it up again for his side. The ball back well for Troncon. Spots a little gap down in the corner. And safely across though. And there's his job perfectly well.
They're fired up, these Italians, Bob. England are not going to have this all their own way.
Yes, certainly the Italians making a bright start to this game, playing into quite a strong wind. Carey waiting in the middle, jumping against Martin Bayfield. As again it's an Italian throw. Pedroni half taking it, cleared up though by Scorlon. And Dominguez. Almost through the gap. Plenty of good dummy running for him too. Troncon to the skipper. Cotita out to Orlandi, the hooker. Italy doing superbly well to keep that ball alive. Beautifully taken by Giaccheri. Bordon in there. Possession once again for Italy. Troncon. But Bordon couldn't take that one. So England escaped then. But certainly a very bright start indeed by Italy. Now England on the counter-attack. De Glanville, first chance for him. Pata, Underwood. Oh, this is magnificent rugby by England. And what a way to break their duck. 8 minutes into the game. Steve Smith, that was absolute magic.
What it gave, it was certainly worth waiting for. Terrific counter-attack by England that briefly put all the pressure on them for at least 4 or 5 minutes. Started from broken play, and Rob Andrew had the vision to see it. There was an overlap on. The Glanville showed great pace here. The two Underwood brothers linking, and when those two get together, there's very little can stop them. And Tony is well pleased with that one, and so will the whole of the nation be.
In the meantime, Rob Andrew has successfully converted to make that 7-0 as we have another look. Lovely pass that by Mike Katz. The Italian defender coming inside, going the wrong way, thinking there might be a dummy. The 9th try of his career then for Tony Underwood. The rain absolutely sweeping down now behind England in this first half, and Kieran Bracken takes that ball safely from the kick-off. Now Steve, I'm sure that will do great things for England's confidence.
Oh, it's got to. That's just the start they wanted, and in actual fact they absorbed quite a lot of pressure there, defended very well. Neil back, Rob Andrew put in 2 big tackles. Rob repeated the loose ball, then the back play that we haven't seen for a while was really flowing there. That was just the start they wanted.
The rain lashing down now as again it's an Italian throw at the line-out. Brian Moore still hasn't thrown in for England. Pedroni can't take it though for the Italians. A little sniping run by Kieran Bracken. Support as ever from Tim Rodber in the back row. England have to get this ball out, but in fact the Italians holding in there, preventing England playing the ball back. So after 10 minutes of the first half, chance again then for Rob Andrew to clear his lines. Oh, gets good length on that too, making full use of the conditions, Rob Andrew. So for the first time then, Brian Moore will get the chance to throw in at the line-out. Terrible conditions. As Moore waits to throw in then to a full line. Johnson at 2, Bayfield at 4, but the Italians steal it. And Dominguez this time opens it up. Francescato out to Vaccari on the right wing. Back underneath it. And it's Bracken. Enterprising play once again by England, taken on by Guscus. Roundtree in there to help him do the mauling work. Rob Andrew into trouble in the first instance, but getting out of it well. There's space once again here. It's Rory Underwood. To Glanville. Back up in support. Oh, just couldn't hang on to that ball though. But certainly a refreshing willingness by England to counter-attack in this game.
Yeah, this is more like it. England picking up loose ball, running it straight back at the Italians. Good play and good backing up as well from Neil Back.
Just the knock on though by Neil Back as we look again at that move. Dominguez this time, using his left foot to good effect.
And it's nice to see both Underwoods getting to stretch their legs very early in the game. This should be the England game plan, they should carry on doing it.
Great delight then for the England fans in the Kings Park Stadium in Durban. And Brian Moore waits to throw into the line-out as soon as Kieran Bracken has changed his shirt. Ripped off. An earlier little tussle. Beautiful take by Johnson. The Italians not offside, were they? Yes, indeed they were. Caught out then by that little dummy. Rob Andrew, quickly taken. No support there in the first instance though. But the Italians weren't back 10 metres. So here's a chance then for Rob Andrew to go for goal and extending England's lead.
And good refereeing by Mr. Hilditch, because he's got to keep the Italians back 10 yards if we're going to get a flowing game.
The wind and rain actually driving down this pitch. Very, very black indeed overhead as Rob Andrew prepares. Well, his third shot at goal in this first half, one penalty missed to date. And this is a successful conversion of Tony Underwood's try. Absolutely no mistake this time by Rob Andrew. Drilled right down the centre of the posts. So England extend their lead then to 10 points to 0. And things are looking good after just 14 minutes.
Yes, they are. 10 points to 0 is a good start, but really the most important thing, Bob, it's 1 try to 0.
Good kick off back by Dominguez. Safely back to cover. And Bracken away again to Robert. We mentioned England's disappointing start to this World Cup campaign, but it shouldn't be forgotten that the England players are so well used to winning now. Just 4 defeats since their appearance in the 91 Cup final. 2 to Ireland, 1 to Wales, and 1 to South Africa. And that, in anybody's book, is a tremendous record. Into Pedroni at the front, mooring quickly, too quickly. England number 2, as ever, protests his innocence. Well, Diego Dominguez was a little lucky to get away with that one, but he's put his side in a tremendous position right on the England goal line. England again having to defend as the hooker, Carlo Orlandi, prepares to put in for Italy. Might well go to Jacqueri at the back. Taken by Bayfield. Dangerous tap down though on your own line, but England get away with it. So they'll have to go down then for a set scrum. Roy Moore winning his 60th cap today. And quite a battle on this loose head side between Graham Rowntree and Franco Paperzi.
Good England scrum though, Bob. It had to be tight then, and it certainly was. Graham Rowntree did well under a lot of pressure, but he held his own.
The Leicester man, Graham Rowntree, just 24 years of age. The Italians this time opt for a two-man line. Again, stolen by Bayfield and turning immediately. But a bit of untidy play, allowing Scott Long to set it up then for Italy. Over the 22. Bordon. Showing good strength. Now they must get the possession quickly, but they're prevented from doing so by England. Going in, dropping in on the top there. Martin Johnson, guilty, says the referee. So this surely then will be 3 points for Diego Dominguez. The Italian kicker, as we look again at this incident.
Dangerous position by Italy. England really had to kill that one, and they did, but they did so illegally.
Good kick then by Diego Dominguez, bringing the Italians back into this game after the bright start by England, getting their first points on the board, 10 points to 3. Dominguez, the heir apparent for so long to Hugo Porta in the Argentinian setup before emigrating, moving to Italy. Ben Clark is in like a flash for England. Looking now then for support. Bayfield just can't though keep it alive. But there's a tremendous attacking attitude in this England side this evening.
Yes, far-better attitude, great play, Ben Clark. It's a bit slippy though, they need to keep hold of it really. Risky passes shouldn't be thrown out in this weather. Big Ben may have done better just to lay that ball back and let the pack drive over it.
Then waiting for Carlo Orlandi to throw in. Pedroni, the man at the front. Jacqueri in the middle. Untidy tap down again by Pedroni, putting his scrum half Troncon in trouble. Finally away to Dominguez, but that ball is alive. Play on, says the referee. Half a gap for a moment for Rory Underwood. And it's Bracken. Nice little kick into space by Kieran Bracken. Nice bounce. Just couldn't keep it alive though. But lovely awareness there by the England scrum half.
He did very well indeed. Little blindside break. He's very good at that, Kieran Bracken. He's very quick and he's very strong.
Again though, it's an Italian throw-in at the line edge.
Scrum half play at its best. Lots of pace and lots of vision.
Bit of barging in the line out by England, says Steve Hilditch. And that's a better effort by Diego Dominguez, taking his side out of their own 22. The Italians very disappointed indeed by their performance against Argentina. They really did fancy their chances of getting through two of the quarterfinals this time. Pedroni on the field there. Troncon keeps it alive as Cat comes up from fullback. The ball just went forward. Sent Stephen Hilditch. Bakari, a little bit unlucky.
I'm very impressed with this Italian line-out though, Bob. They're showing lots of variations, using the front, using the back. They're really mixing it up, and it's causing England some problems in the line-out.
The England scrum though, solid as a rock. And this time then it's Troiani under pressure. He can mark that if he wants to though. Just inside his own 22. Luigi Troiani. Very experienced Italian campaigner. Winning his 46th cap here tonight. That's not a good kick though. Chance then for Rob Andrew. Mike Cat with him. Decides though to put up the tester again then for Troiani. On the 22 this time. Lovely kick that by Andrew. Good defensive play though by Troiani. But there was an accidental offside in there somewhere. Troiani running into his own man, so scrum to England.
That was the perfect kick, plenty of height, and it was outside the 22, so he couldn't mark it. Great kick from Rob Andrew.
So England, for the moment, lining up in orthodox fashion behind the scrum, with Mike Cat poised to come in. It's a back row move, though, into Rodber. Quick second phase ball. Roundtree this time. Taking men out. This is good. Jason Leonard takes it on. England, though, at the end, though, losing possession. And giving opportunity for Troiani to clear.
But unlucky. Good driving play by England. Good forward play, but the ball is very, very slippery. They've just got to be careful there, not to just do one too far.
10 points to 3 then to England after 22 minutes of this first half.
There's the trouble, you see. Slippy ball, hard to control for both teams.
Brian Moore for only the second time into a line-out. Bracken, not a good ball though. And Rancho might well have got clear away there. But England will get another chance from the scrum, with the put-in going to Kieran Bracken. And Clark at number 8 just has a look up to see if it's worth going for the secondary shot. Andrew on the switch there, comes Cat from full-back. Scott Long clearing up for Italy. Slicing little off the outside of Dominguez's boot.
That was a pity, but at least England back to trying things. Did a bit of sympathy with the weight of the pass in this weather, because Mike Cat was going through at full pace and the ball came at him too hard.
Rob Andrew needing some treatment. Took a bang on the thigh earlier. Sure, he'll soon run that off though. Beautiful take again by Bayfield. Roundtree in there driving behind him, but they've lost the ball again. Orlandi, the hooker. Good support from Troncon. Gets it away now then. England tackling, pretty solid there. The referee though has given it to Italy.
Once again, England putting themselves under pressure, really. Bayfield took the line out. He should have come back England's side.
Gardner at number 8, linking with Troncon then. Bakari going through on Underwood. And the Italians gaining 10 metres. Do tend to play a much more constructive game these days under George Costa, their Catalan coach. Very well, of course, in the 2-test series in Australia last summer. Lost both, but only very narrowly. Pedroni again at the press. Options for Dominguez, decides in the end to go for the drop of goal. But he was in a completely wrong position for that one. Quarter of an hour to go in this first half, leading by 10 points to 3, with that oh so valuable first try in the competition. Fine one too, scored by Tony Underwood. Beautifully taken by Tim Rodber. Tremendous anticipation. Andrew probing that side again over Bakari's head. And Italy fortunate there in having a couple of fullbacks. Paolo Bakari switching to the right wing this evening after playing at fullback in the first game.
A great play by Tim Rodber. Him and Ben Clark had a quiet first game, but they're two fine forwards, so they won't stay quiet for long.
Two key men then at the back of the line at the moment for England, with Martin Bayfield in front of Rodber. Rodber taps. Roundtree does the sweeping up job. But again, England in danger of losing that ball. Finally they have, though, by the fact that for Pepsi, I think it was the tight head prop. You see Orlandi going back, who went through into an offside position. So Rob Andrew has a chance for further points as we move up toward the half-hour mark in this first half.
Quite right, Mr. Hilditch. The ball's coming back England's side. Prepretzi's blocked over, and you can't do that.
Must be a little bit concerned, though, Steve, at ball retention on occasions.
Yes, it's a wet day, and what they need to do is just place it on the floor, nice and gentle, rook over the top of it, then they won't have to risk it then.
Ball just drifting away there at the last moment. Looked to have judged it well, Rob Andrew, but these are certainly not easy conditions in which to kick, although for the moment the rain has stopped. Mike Katz, deft little kick into space, but Neil Back was offside, standing in front of the man when he kicked the ball. Quickly taken then by Italy. Petita. Gone forward, referee Hilditch just waiting for an advantage to England, which doesn't count.
Once again we see it, Bob, both sides are guilty of it really. That last pass they're trying to put in, it's not those sort of conditions. You're best taking the tackle, you're best laying the ball back and playing safe.
Bakari underneath it, under pressure immediately though from Rory Underwood. Most capped player, of course, Rory Underwood, and the most prolific try scorer in English rugby history, second only in world history to David Campese. Bayfield, beautiful palm again. Just the half break by Andrew. That ball to Biscuit might have been a little bit forward. England penalised anyway at the maul. And again, it'll be an Italian throw at the line out from Diego Dominguez's team. Skippered Italy on a couple of occasions before Massimo Cutita took over. This time then a five-man line called by Italy against the threat of Johnson and Bayfield. Good support by Roundtree there for his skipper. And that is a fine, fine kick by Mike Katz.
It's a well-played Rob Andrew there. Not only did he do the goalkeeping duties, but he was always necessary as well in the defensive duties. He did really well because it was an awkward ball to take.
Half an hour gone then in the first half, 10-3 to England. Saw how slippery the ball was there. Gaskins, half a break, showing good strength too. England back up well. Now this is good ball for them. Lovely running by de Glanville. Good tackling though by Potrezzi in the first instance for Italy, but here's the chance again for England. The Italian defence up very quickly indeed. And that should be a fairly straightforward catch for Luigi Troiano.
Criminal mistake by Kieran Bracken. The golden rule for a half-back is look before you kick it.
The England fans in the crowd happy enough with the performance in the first half as we hear Swing Low ringing out. But an easy take there for the Italian forward. Bayfield and Johnson, the two main England jumpers. Good running by Bracken. Johnson in on support. England set up the ruck. Again, the Italians up very, very quickly indeed. Ben Clark looking to run straight, but the referee had been playing an advantage to England for an offside decision against the Italians. Julian Gardner, the Australian-born number 8, coming back, and another chance then for Rob Andrew.
Well spotted, Mr. Hilditch. The Italians are up very, very flat, and they put England under a lot of pressure there. They must have been a couple of yards offside at least.
Rob Andrew, the world's most capped outside half. And his 67th appearance today. One of those, in fact, was at fullback against Fiji. And playing tonight his 10th World Cup game in the third competition. Lovely shot by the England skipper. So, England extending their lead, 10 points clear now then on the Italians. And the chance being more than a trying conversion away, maybe to relax a little.
Yes, a try under the belt and a good one. And now a nice 10-point lead.
Fine kick-off again by Dominguez. But cleared up very well by the England forwards. And Bracken keeps it alive. And do it up quickly. Just knock on there. Referee waiting for an advantage before bringing them back for the set spread.
Better kick though, Kieran Bracken. That was a good one. In front of his forwards, plenty of height.
Martin Johnson then going back to take his place alongside Martin Bayfield for the scrum. But Italian ball. Problems for Stephen Hilditch on that side of the scrum between Petita and Jason Leonard. Arancho's drive held up well by England. So it's England this time then who will get the put in at the set scrum. So clearly, Arancho losing the ball in the tackle. Rodman setting it up for England, doing well too, into round 3. Good straight running by the prop and laying it ball back well. Good ball retention by England. The switch then cleverly done by Andrew. Again, just knocking it on.
Great rugby by England. Good forward platform, spinning it out wide at the end, but just again we just saw that last pass just maybe a little bit too adventurous.
But the Italians are up so very, very quickly, aren't they?
Oh, they are. It's a different team than played on Saturday, I'll tell you.
Gardner controls again then for Troncon. Dominguez outside his own 22 this time. So a bad mistake then by the Italian outside half. And a chance for England. On a rare throw-in that Brian Moore has handed the line out. Moore this time throwing into a two-man line. Johnson at the front, Bayfield at the back. Easy take for Johnson, but he was in within 5 metres, I think. Silly little error there by England, giving the Italians a free kick. Dominguez opening it out. Francescato. Gerosa. He's getting very far though.
Well played, Italy, rewarded for some adventure there. Lovely play by Dominguez.
Just about 4 minutes of normal time then at the end of this first half. Once again, an England throw. Shaqiri, Pedroni. For Italy, their main line out champions. Bayfield wins again though. Good long pass to Guskins. Good support play by England. Back in there. Couldn't get the ball away quickly though, to the back. But here it is for England again. De Glanville. Half a gap there for him. But the referee has called them back again for an offside decision against the Italians. Rob Andrew has a quick look towards the posts. There's Massimo Petita, the Italian skipper, just wants to chat with referee Steve Hilditch to find out exactly what happened there.
It's a bit reminiscent of the last World Cup, Bob. You mentioned it earlier. Italy gave away 29 points on that occasion. And if they don't keep back here, they're going to be penalised for offside every time. There you can see it, number 10, Dominguez. Again, must have been a couple of yards offside.
A 50-metre effort again then for Rob Andrew. Struck it sweetly enough. Oh, that is quite tremendous. Beautiful kick by the England skipper, extending his side lead to 16 points to 3 just before half-time. And that was, even by Andrew's standards, that was a special kick.
Great kick, and the way Rob Andrew's taking this pill. If I was the Italians, I wouldn't be giving many more penalties away.
McCall coming back illegally on the England side with some hands in there. We're in round 2, the last man up. Dominguez decides this time he'll go for goal 2. Coming up then, Steve, to the end of this first half, and obviously England will be delighted with the score. Will they be delighted with their performance too?
Yes, I think so. In all, it's been a good performance. Like we said before, just 1 or 2 last passes going astray, but that's the conditions, a bit of rustiness. I think they'll be well pleased with the first half performance.
Dominguez with his side's 3 points to date from the penalty. That one's well short. And Mike Catt falls to the mark. Like the Italian skipper, not far from the place of his birth, just down the coast at Port Elizabeth. There's the fiery Italian coach, George Coste. He's done a great job bringing Italian rugby up towards the top level. And Gardner has a chance to launch one attack for them at the end of this first half then. Pretty solid challenge by Tim Rodber. But the ball is back on the Italian side for Troncon. And it's a kick for Vaccari. It's too long though. Plenty of time for Mike Catt. What a mistake! Vaccari's in! What a tragic error then by the England fullback Mike Catt. As Paolo Vaccari nips in for his 10th international try and his 2nd in this competition.
Oh, that's just what they didn't want right at the end of half-time. Playing well, cruising. Big mistake by Mike Catt. The Italians are back in it. The kick was going nowhere, it was aimless. Chattered it well covered, plenty of time. Left foot charge down, big error.
Yes, a real blow that for England on the stroke of half-time. Bakari up very quickly, but Katz had plenty of time, really. That's a beautiful kick by Diego Dominguez. Right on the stroke of half-time. Plenty of excitement then in the first period. But at the interval, England lead by 16 points to 10.
Welcome back to Kings Park in Durban. The second half about to begin. England leading Italy by 16 points to 10. The referee, Mr. Stephen Hilditch of Ireland, just about to get the game underway again. Let me hand you back to your commentators, Steve Smith and Bob Simmons.
Thank you very much indeed, Alistair. The news from the England cap from Jack Rowell. Pretty happy with the first half performance. Disappointed, obviously, with the try at the death and with a number of penalties England have been conceded. Easy mark. Okay from Bracken. I would think if Jack Rowell is disappointed by the number of penalties his side have conceded, George Costi, the Italian coach, certainly will be.
I was just thinking that, Bob. If Jack's upset, I don't know what the Italian manager's thinking.
First line out of the second half. Again, it's an Italian throw. Again, Pedroni with the moustache at number 2 in the line out. Giaccheri at number 4. Towards Giaccheri. Romper gets a first hand to it. Good sweeping up work again by Brian Moore. Bracken for Tony Underwood. The touch judge undecided what exactly had happened there. Decides in the end that the ball did go out on the full. Full line, again pulled in by the Italians. Again towards the back. Giaccheri in there, number 5, to roll it on. Rapezzi, finally released for Dominguez. Congo sets from to England. Altogether, happy first half for Diego Dominguez, although he did have one little flash of his skill when he opened up from around his 22. Lovely little kick into space again by Rob Andrew. Lovely tactical control exercised by the England skipper.
Beautiful kick, good awareness from Rob Andrew. He realises the first 5 minutes settle him down. Let's get into territory, and the Italians now defending 30 yards out.
Stolen by Martin Johnson, just knocks it on though. So important for England to build on that first half performance until the closing seconds anyway. Nasty ball for Dominguez. Gets out of jail pretty well.
That's what you call a little tackle for your fly half, that one, Bob.
You never threw many of those out of your career though, Steve, did you? So, chance then for England at this line. Bayfield poised, Giaccheri right across the line, but allowed to get away with it. And again, it's the testing kick from Andrew. That one rather too long though, easy one for Troiani. Luigi Troiani has been an influential figure in this Italian side for 10 years or more now. So both sides then just sparring with each other in the first 3 minutes of this second half. Martin Basic waiting in the middle then. Roundtree has to tidy up again. England forwards now then, looking to probe, looking to roll on. The ruck's been set up skillfully. Ben Clark over the advantage line. This is good play by the England forwards. Spoiling it at the end though. Ben Clark disappointed at the end with that. So Dominguez then tracks Italy. Quiet start to the second half, takes them back into the England half. The Italians, of course, who came to this World Cup having beaten Italy in their final, beaten Ireland, I should say, in their final warm-up game. Again, they've been just a little nudge forward in that move, so it'll be an England scrap.
Bit scrappy, really, both sides. Perhaps a bit of sympathy for Mr. Hilditch would help. It's very greasy out there.
Roundtree, I think it is, just needing a moment to recover. But okay now then to take his place on the far side of the front row. Bracken again for Tony Underwood to chase. Anton gets it away to Bordon. Good support again from the scrum half. Dominguez. Quickly collared, but the Italians have managed to retain possession. Dominguez, that's a good kick over the head of Tony Underwood. Quickly taken by the Italians. To Troiani. Tony Underwood, the man back for England. That having chased his own kick upfield. And a really strange atmosphere really at the beginning of the second half, Steve. It's a bit like a pony war, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of aerial ping pong at the moment, but I'm sure they'll settle down.
The Italians now then calling some variation at the lineup, moving number 8 Julian Gardner up to the front, but that's a decoy move for Pedroni. Ben Clark through quickly though on Potita. Good rucking too by England. The Italians again are very quickly indeed. But that's a lovely kick by Rob Andrew, forcing them to turn. And we saw there the problems that Gerosa faced as Johnson sets it up. Maradonis just about getting it away there, Dominguez. Only just. For a moment it looked as if England might just get in there.
Must be that corner ball, it must be jinxed. That's where Mike Catt made his mistake, and the Italians were in all sorts of pressure there. In fact, in the end, they were quite lucky to get away with it. Ball bobbling around, and you're tidying up. That's the place you don't want to slip over a yard from your own line. And really, the Italians got out of jail in the end. Martin Johnson, really, I thought, should have held on here. Once again, one pass too many, and intercepted. Chance bomb.
Brian Moore taking the bang on the face for his pains. Waiting now, put into the line. Great chance for England, just a few metres out from the Italian line. Bayfield in the middle, takes it beautifully. Roundtree in to support him. Now England looking for the drive. England looking to turn and move on this rolling ball. Just a couple of meters out then from the Italian line into Rodberg. Still just held up short. Bracken has options both sides. Andrew, beautiful long pass. Cuts out to Rory Underwood. Beautifully created try. And it's the Underwood brothers who are again on the mark for England.
And that try was a beauty. Created by England forwards from the line-out. Terrific forward play. In the end, they sucked at the Italians, and they just ran out of players.
To the delight of Jack Rowell, I'm sure.
Italians sucked in. Lovely long ball from Kieran Bracken. Beautiful long ball from Rob Andrew. And Rory likes those.
Rory Underwood's 43rd international try then, in his 75th appearance. Beautiful long pass that by Rob Andrew, creating plenty of space for the Leicester man to get in. Rob Andrew that time off the mark. And the second try then for England. And just what they and just what this game needs.
And we can say that Mike Katz had a final hand in all three tries, can't we, Bob?
Johnny Underwood takes the ball away cleanly. Another red letter day for the Underwood family. Orlandi into the line out again. A quick shrill blast from the referee. The Italians going through the line far too quickly. To carry to England, 10 minutes into the second half. As we see, the Italians going right through the line. Bayfield gets it away well under pressure. Underwood in from the right wing, but a good strong tackle by Arancio. Taking it in, the Italians get the push in.
And again, Mr. Hilditch a bit harsh there. Needs a bit of sympathy in this game, really. That one came out on England's side. He should have waited a couple of seconds.
The Italians lining up then on both sides. It goes to Dominguez on the open. Nice little bounce that time for Mike Katz. And returns back picked well.
Well played Mike Katz, but he's hurried up his kicking style a bit, hasn't he?
That's the first mistake, really, that Mike Katz has made since he launched his international career at full-back. In many people's minds, England's player of the tournament in the last 5 nations. Again, the Italians go to the back, taking advantage of the lack of height in Neil Back. But England look to have stolen it. And of course, the ball appears just as the referee's whistle goes. What about Neil Back's performance, do you think, so far, Steve?
I think he's played very well indeed, Bob. He's been all over the place as he normally is. And what he's done at those line-outs, he hasn't tried to compete at the back there. He's waited till the ball carriers come down with the ball, then put a thumping big tackle in as he did then.
Katz again poised to come into the line. Andrew kicks for Tony Underwood. Straight go to Troiani. Pick downfield. The Italians only looking for England to restart from the 22 to give them the opportunity to regain possession. Need for accuracy, of course, from Rob Andrew in this position. Surprising possession figures those for Italy in the first half. Possession again then for Andrew. Drilling it down towards the far corner. What a quite superb display of tactical kicking by Rob Andrew in this game.
Fly half play at its very best. Saw the gap, used his left foot and drilled it in a good 60 metres. Great play by the skipper.
England again then in a fine attacking position down in the Italian 22 as Carlo Orlandi waits to put into the lines. Rodby has moved up to the front. Taken though by Julian Gardner. Or Giuliano Gardinero, as he's known in Italy. From the scrum half, such a promising player, still just 21 years of age, but already quite an experienced international campaigner.
2-4-6-1.
In his 13th cap in this game. Tidy ball tapped down by Martin Johnson. Brings a little wry smile to Jack Rowell's face. Italians doing better than expected maybe in the line-outs, but it must be said they've had a large majority of the throw-ins. Dominguez is straight then to Rory Underwood. Putting his man on side. Oh, unlucky not to regain possession there. Again, the referee waiting for an advantage to Italy. Doesn't come. So the game will resume with a set spin.
What a pity, Rory showing some great skill there. Lovely chip, measured the distance perfectly, but his hand just let him down the last. But I think Rory's enjoying this one. Bobby's getting a lot more of the ball, and we're seeing the true Rory Underwood playing this day.
Dominguez thinks he spots a gap, but Tony Underwood's underneath it. Captain support too. Lovely running by Tony Underwood. Tremendous pace. The support just a little bit slow getting there. But now it's got Jason Leonard sets it up. Again, the Italians are up ridiculously quickly. Rodby takes the ball. Now England need to rock this ball back quickly. It's not going to come though. And the penalty just had to come.
Yes, it did. I agree with you, Bob. I thought the Italians were up very, very flat, if not a couple of yards offside. But in the end, I think Mr. Hildes did quite well. He played the advantage.
Well, Rob Andrew trying to catch them napping. Didn't work that time. But in fact, the Italians were knocked back 10 metres. So the England skipper will get the second chance. I'm sure this time he'll go for the posts. Massimo Cotita, the Italian skipper, trying to lift his side then. He'll be terribly disappointed with the second successive defeat, as it appears at the moment, in this competition. They really did have high hopes of beating Argentina and Western Samoa to make the quarterfinals this time. Bread and butter, those sort of kicks for the England skipper. And Rob Andrew takes his personal tally up to 14 points as England run up a lead of 24-10.
We mustn't forget that if England win this game, of course, they're through to the quarter-final.
Bayfield underneath it. Won't take it, but Brian Moore does. Ends hitting that well bravely. And Rob Andrew completes his part of the act. Points have taken him over the 350 mark in his international career. Jacquet and waiting in the middle of the line there. Over the top it goes though. Taken on there by Arancho. No way though, that ball is going to come out. It's given to Italy.
We've seen some great inventive line-out play, though, from the Italians. They realise they're up against a massive line-out presence in the England forwards, and they've done everything to get their own ball. I think they've done very well.
Scotland, the six, taking it on for Italy from the scrum. Now creating the run. Pompon held up, though. an England ball at the scrum. Little message from Rob Andrew to Kieran Bracken. Scrum though has to go down again. Every time the scrum collapses, the referee has to call for it to be reformed.
I think Rob probably saying to Kieran, give me the ball and I'll put you down there 60 yards.
In fact, England splitting their three-quarter line at the moment. But why hold that ball in? There's a great deal one wouldn't have thought to be gained from that. Some treatment on the England side. Needed for Brian Moore, I think.
He's spilled a few pints of blood over the years, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Also playing his 10th World Cup game today, Brian Moore. And that shouldn't delay him too much.
He'll be okay. The theory is when Kevin Murphy touches you, you heal.
The drizzle just starting again then. As the scrum will have to go down once more. Jason Leonard dropping on this side. And switched successfully, of course, for the British Lions on their 93 tour of New Zealand. And finally, away then to Andrew. A little kick into space there for de Glanville to chase. England up into the Italian 22. Biscuit up very quickly indeed. Backs there too. Fine play by Back. And as Clark goes charging over for the try. Penalised though at that tackle situation.
Oh, that was very, very harsh. He's penalised him for tackling on the ground, but if that's the tackle, I mean, Guscott just hugged him.
England so close then to their third try. But again, Dominguez and his men have to defend because it'll be a line-out. Neil Back, the tail gunner, as we look again at that decision. Well, as you say, Steve, a little bit harsh. In the meantime, the referee has called them back for a bit of elbow work, a bit of obstruction. Kieran Bracken, the England scrum half, taking the bang on his shoulder for his pains. And again, Rob Andrew looks to punish the Italians in the best possible way by putting more points on the board.
That's quite right, Bob. Kieran Bracken was elbowed off the ball. Not a wise thing to do, wouldn't have thought, with this guy around.
Distinctive Andrew style. And again, the result is exactly the same. 17 points now then for Rob Andrew. And England 17 points clear at 27-10.
And they built a very nice cushion here. I think if England just get another try, maybe two, they'll be very happy with the evening's work.
To the last quarter then of this game. Good kick out by Dominguez. Again, as ever, it's Brian Moore who does the tidying up work. And as ever, good long kick by Rob Andrew. Quickly taken by Gerosa to Troyan. Isolated a little, but then helped out by Julian Gardner. And Tronco away to Dominguez. That one straight down Mike Pratt's throat. And returning that one too with quite some interest. Fine kick by the England fullback.
Fantastic kick, Mike Catt. But I was watching before, Bob, the guy who was up tackling the wing was Graham Rowntree. He's had a fantastic game, really.
Certainly has, hasn't he, in his first full international. Having just come on for a few moments And he's the blood replacement for Jason Leonard against Scotland. Bayfield back to Kieran Bracken. Andrew, the little slip pass to Glanville. On the burst. Setting it up again. There are options for England on this side. Andrew. Tackled by Orlandi. But back keeps possession. Keeps it alive well. Good play by the flanker. Andrew. That's not a good pass though. Francescapo's away. Second England mistake. To Glanville back to cover though. To the relief there from Jerry Guscott. Well, another silly mistake by England. Almost letting in Ivan Francescapo.
Certainly was. Interception was asked for and it was taken. But the main thing is, Bobber, that England are trying things. You know, they're trying to move the ball wide. If something goes wrong in a game like this, it doesn't really matter that much. They've got plenty of pace to come back and cover it anyway. Just testing out the defensive capabilities.
Yes, it was Mike Catt's tackle. Excellent tackle at the end of the day on Francescato.
The thing about England as well, you know, they've got plenty of pace outside, both in attack and defence, and really they put that pace to very good use tonight. And in fact, they can look back at the game, and all the new guys that have come into the team, I think, have done pretty well. Neil Back's had a good game. Graham Roundtree's had a very, very big game, I believe. And then the new boys as well have done very well. Phil de Glanville nice and steady in the centre. I think they can be well pleased with the way the squad has performed.
And for Pepsi, okay again then. Attacking options for Italy then. In the shadow of the England post. Pressure though from the England scrum. Tronco just checks on both sides. As Gardner prepares to pick up. Finally does, to Tronco. To Dominguez, the little slip pass inside to Troiani. Possession still alive on the Italian side. Troncon. Support this time from his back row. But I think England might well have stolen this.
Great defence, Neil Back. He put in 2 tackles there in the space of 1.5 seconds. He killed that movement stone dead.
Number 7, there he is, Neil Back.
In fact, Bob, it should be a very interesting selection committee meeting next time out, shouldn't it? Victor Abugu and the back row lads getting a bit worried.
And Bracken this time takes the responsibility himself and takes England back up field. I'm sure though in that back row they would be absolutely delighted to have Dean Richards back.
Oh, absolutely. When Dino plays, the team goes up another gear.
Italians doing pretty well then on their own throws into the lineup, and there have been plenty of those. Pedroni can't take it this time though. And again, I think Gardner has been turned. Again, the whistle going in very, very quickly though. And that's more than a 24-year-old year on a 24-year-old prop. The scars of battle. Very interesting to see Ben Clark's position there, just loosely binding onto the scrum. Cut back by Neil Back. Kieran Bracken. Not much space for him there.
And there's one guy I failed to mention about the replacements. Kieran Bracken's also played very well. In fact, I think England are lucky to have 2 such good scrum halves.
Yes, offering this variation, of course, to the play of Dewi Morris.
Mr. Dowie played very well against Argentina. Once again, that will be an interesting selection, I'd say.
Injury then to Pierpaolo Pedroni on the Italian side. So England then wanting to get their act together again for Another onslaught, hopefully on the Italian line before the end of this game. Pedroni, okay again then. Ready to resume, and it'll be an Italian throw again at the line. Rodder gets first hands on it. Bayfield, supported by Johnson. That's a good kick again by Rob Andrew. Bakari underneath it. Tone was stolen there by de Glanville. Brian Moore quickly in on the tackle on Julian Gardner. Again, not wishing to be overcritical of Stephen Hilditch. The whistle has been coming in very quickly, hasn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, he's been very sharp on things all night, and really, with a day like today and a lot of grease on the ground, you really need a bit of sympathy from the referee. We're not saying he should ignore things, but just a little bit more sympathy, I think, would have helped the game flow a lot more.
11 minutes to go at the end of this game. England leading 27-10 as Bakari counter-attacks for Italy, the Italian try scorer. Just in touch though. But he really is an exciting runner, this Paolo Bakari. He's been alternating between fullback and the wing for Italy.
That was amazing. He ran round Rory Underwood, but he couldn't get round Ben Clark.
It's Bayfield who gets up the highest. Here in bracket, wanting the England ball to roll on. Good close control of the play by England. Now release them for Rob Andrew. On the counter-attack come Italy. Brave ball though by Tony Underwood. But again the possession is for Italy. Gardner sets it up. Bordon in support. The skipper Kutita also. The Italians creating the round. For the moment, Troncon going the wrong way. Dominguez. Troiani. Dominguez again. Italy just a few meters out. Pick up and drive. 10 yards out from the England line. Troiani the kick. For Francescato. Can't get to it though. And in fact, England are penalised for offside. But I think there was a slight forward pass in that move, Steve.
Never saw himself on. We asked for a bit of sympathy, I think he gave it.
So, a chance for the Italians then, right in front of the England post, trailing 27-10.
Little chip in the end, just went away there from Francescato. Very unlucky. I think the Italians here, they're not going for goal, they're going for the try.
Yes, as they have to, with time running out. Just over 8 minutes to go. No, indeed. Amazingly, Kutita has now pointed towards the posts. Well, that is inexplicable, and the crowd certainly don't like it.
Yeah, that's a pity. Great move by the Italians, and they let themselves down now. They should have gone for the try. We've seen Japan this afternoon turn down about 6 kicks at goal. The Italians, they really should have taken notice of that.
Dominguez converts the penalty then to reduce England's lead to 14 points. But that rather suggests, with just 8 minutes to go, that the Italians have thrown in the towel. England poised then with this 27-13 lead to go through to the quarterfinals. And don't forget, also coming up tonight on this great day of rugby, Wales against the All Blacks at 6:45. That should be well worth watching too. Francescato. Brought down well though by de Glanville. Bodies are plenty on the floor there. Well, that decision could surely have gone either way.
And look who's on the bottom. Graham Rowntree. How did he get there?
Really fine performance by the Leicester man. And England now coasting to a fairly comfortable victory. fact, there were Italian bodies going to the deck as well as England bodies there. Robert in battling with Jacqueri. And he's done his work well. And there's no doubt what the England tactics will be now to the end of the game. Just eat up the time. Just 6 minutes of normal time to go.
But I'm sure they'd like just one more try, Bob, just to finish up the evening. Well, I would anyway.
Yes, to round off a good performance here, good victory. Again, being held up for treatment, this time to the Italian fullback Luigi Troiani. What have been, do you think, Steve, the greatest improvements in the England performance?
Attitude. You know, look at the Argentine game, and John Taylor asked me during commentary, you know, what are they doing wrong? And I said, I'm sorry, Johnny, I haven't got enough time to tell you. It was one of those nights, really, where everything went wrong. And today, you could tell the way they marched into the stadium, the attitude of the whole team was completely different. And that's what's paid off.
Into the last 5 minutes, then, of this game. England 14 points clear. The Italians again throw into the line. Away to Dominguez. Into midfield to Arancio. Quick second phase ball too. That one just inside the 22 though from Mike Catt. Taking it comfortably this time.
Played well, Mike Catt. One mistake at end of the first half, but we'll forgive him one error. He's played really well today.
Yes, it's a bonus for England to have a man like Mike Catt in the side with the footballing ability to come up in attacking positions as well as being pretty safe under pressure. Just 4 minutes then between England and the quarter-final place. The Italians through in the line out, closing the gap, says the referee. So a free kick then to England. Kieran Bracken. Held up, but manages to stay on his feet long enough. And again, England had options on both sides, but that ball wasn't going to come back, and referee Hilditch says it's your fault for not making good use of it, so the Italians will get the foot in. Troncon, the 1-2 with Dominguez. A kick again for Bakari. A mistake from Mike Catt this time.
Oh, he did well as well. It was a very awkward bounce. He covered every opportunity there.
Two pretty good games already in this World Cup day then. One more to come. Wales against New Zealand at 6:45. Don't forget about that.
Oh, what a game that's going to be, Bob. You'll be a bit more nervous watching that one, won't you? Certainly will be.
Bakari underneath it again. And Troiani under some pressure, gets the ball away. But here, Steve, maybe this just one more chance for England from this lineup, maybe to launch something.
Yes, it'd be nice. Attacking options on here. They can get the ball out wide. Give it one more last blast.
Two-man line.
2, 4, 6,
Martins, Johnson and Baker. Johnson takes it. Andrew to Gus. Beautiful long pass to Katz. Underwood running straight. Now back goes it. Digging in for the loose ball. It's not going to come though. But England this time do get the foot in at the set scrum.
Good to see though, plenty of ambition. It's pretty wet out there, but it's putting the ball nice and wide.
Just about a minute and a half then of normal time at the end of this game. Scrum to England. Robert points maybe. Points for a burst there. Scrum going around 90 degrees. looking at the same move. In fact, it's a dummy move. To Glanville. Capped up from full-back. He'll take the ball with him, though. And again, that's knocked on. So a scrum, this time Italian ball.
Oh, what a pity. Mike Catt was through a big hole there. If he could have held on to that one, he just came a little bit flat and the ball went behind him. That would have been the perfect finish.
Yeah, good pace showed too by Mike Catt, but just overrunning the ball a little. In the dying moments of this game, the Italians on the attack. But again, there'd been a knock-on in there. Now, Steve, we look forward, of course, to the game against Western Samoa.
Oh, I certainly do. I've seen those guys play twice, and I tell you what, I wouldn't miss them much a third time. That should be a fantastic game.
Now, suggestions have been made in some quarters, of course, that England might like to lose that and finish second in the group.
They may have no choice.
But no side surely is going into a game looking to lose it.
No way.
Rob Andrew getting a second opportunity then. But possession now then. This little kick into space there by Arancio. And we're into injury time at the end of this game. Very satisfactory victory indeed for England, 27 points to 13. Kicking of Rob Andrew and the try-scoring abilities of the Underwood brothers. Arancio lays it back. But again, there'd been a knock-on in there. The knock-on was by England in the line-out, so it'll be the ball at the set scrum for Italy. One of the last moves, surely, of this game. England's front row formed well, with solid scrum. Gardner takes it on then for Italy, looking to end the second half as they did the first, with a try. Troncon digs it out. Support from Gardner. The England tackling, though, is pretty solid. Although Quatita now going for the line. Try awarded. So it's Italy then who finish this game with a score. But it has no bearing at all on the results of this game. The skipper, Massimo Quatita, ends this Italian performance with an international try. Disappointing way for England for the game to finish, but the victory is theirs.
Well played, Italy. Well deserved this try, and a great moment for the captain. Good driving play from the scrum, platform set up, and Quatita will be a very happy man.
Showing good strength, good determination, and getting there with the considerable help of his friends. Diego Dominguez converts then. Stephen Hilditch has a look at his watch, and that's it, the final whistle. England victors then by 27 points to 20. They were worthy of a larger margin than that. But the good news for England fans is that England have won and are through to the quarter-finals.
Welcome back to Kings Park in Durban. The final score here, England 27, Italy 20. Nowhere near as convincing as England would have liked, but at least it means that they've qualified for the quarter-finals. England and Western Samoa through, they play at the weekend. The winner of that will probably play against the second in the group involving Australia and South Africa. That looks like it's going to be Australia after they beat Canada today by 27 points to 11. Well, with me, Jeff Cook, the former England manager, and Gareth Chilcott. What were your immediate thoughts on that?
Well, a better performance, but still a long way from what we need to be. You know, I think the boys will still be disappointed. The standard's not there. We have a lot of flaws in our game at the moment. We're making too many mistakes. I don't think the game plan's quite right at the moment, and I think we've just got a lot of work to do, and we need to be more convincing on Sunday.
Your thoughts?
Well, I think without Bayfield and Andrew, I wouldn't even like to play the Ivory Coast at the moment. I thought Bayfield was magnificent. Andrew was his consistent best. but really, there's nobody else producing the goods. We were more enthusiastic tonight, which is great, but we need to improve so much more.
Well, we can hear what the England players themselves think of that. Rob Andrew is talking to Jim Rosenthal.
Rob, much more like it from your point of view, but knowing you and the team, you'll be very disappointed by having in 2 tries at the end of each half.
Yeah, we very, especially at the end, but it was much better than Argentina against a good Italian side in pretty difficult conditions. It was raining for most of the game. We scored 2 great tries, and bit by bit, we're getting there. It was much better.
How big an improvement do you think this was in the England team?
Oh, I think it was a big improvement all round in pretty difficult conditions. Still a long way to go, but I think we've seen in this competition that there's not an easy game around. You know, sides are really playing hard rugby, and I thought we played well today.
Were there too many mistakes, though?
Yeah, there are always going to be mistakes on a day like today, and yes, it's disappointing to let them score. But let's be positive. You know, we've bounced back against a good Italian side. Let's give them credit. They've had a great last 12 months. And we should be pleased with that.
And a lot of the new faces in your team played particularly well.
Yeah, I think everybody came in. There's a few points to prove. I think the whole squad had a few points to prove. But Graham Rowntree on his first debut. Neil Back played well. Phil de Glanville in. I thought Kieran played well. You know, I think we should be satisfied, albeit we have to keep improving.
It means you've qualified for the quarter-finals.
Yeah, well, that's after Saturday, that's a bit of a relief. And now we can think about Sunday in Western Samoa.
And finally, how much did you enjoy captaining the side?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was a real thrill, and I thought the boys performed well. I thought we played with a bit of heart and a bit of passion, which is what was lacking on Saturday, and for that, I think we should all be very grateful.
Rob Andrew, thank you very much.
Thank you.